Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Five Nights at Freddy's 3. In this video, I'm going to be showing you my top 20 Easter eggs within Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Now, this is the last Five Nights at Freddy's 3 video that I'm going to be doing, so I hope you enjoy it. Now, first up, as a collective, we have all of the minigame Easter eggs. We have Balloon Boy's Air Adventure minigame, we have Mangle's Quest minigame, we have Chica's Party minigame, we have Stage 1 minigame, which is heinous, by the way. We have Shadow Bonnie's Epileptic Inducer, and finally we have the Happiest Day Easter egg. All of these minigames play parts in the happy ending. If you're not sure how, the link is in the description. But they're very neat. I love these minigames, and I wanted to put them collectively into a group rather than give them each their own number in this list of top 20 Easter eggs at Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Now, next up, inside Chica's Party minigame. When you jump down to the happy ending area, if you fall between the two balloon platforms, you will clip through the ground, and you'll find yourself in this strange blue room. And as you may notice, there is a crying cupcake slash child. I'm not sure what it is, but it's crying and it follows you wherever you go. Also, you will notice in the rightmost sector of this room, there are 4 other crying cupcake slash children. They are static though, they don't move. So let me know in the comments what you think this 5th crying thing represents. Next up, we have the missing child in the Stage 1 Golden Freddy minigame Easter egg. Now, in this minigame, there are 9 identical-ish rooms, 6 of which are actually identical. 1 has the exit sign next to it, 1 has the crying child that you have to give the cake to, but you will notice in the 7 other rooms with a stage, there are 3 children. Yet, in this middle right room, there are only 2 children. The middle child is missing. It's very strange, and I'm sure by this point that you'd know that Scott's Easter eggs are never random. They always have a meaning or a purpose behind them, so let me know what you think this means. During the first death minigames in this hallway here, to the left you can see it says BBDBL click. What this stands for is Balloon Boy double click. It's a hint as to how to activate the Balloon Boy minigame. And on the right, you can see a series of squares, some of which are highlighted yellow, in descending order. These squares represent the buttons on an arcade machine, and in descending order, the yellow buttons are the sequence in which you need to click to activate Mangle's Quest minigame. As you can see, that sequence being top left, top right, bottom right. During the second death minigame on the left of the hallway, you can see 4 little muffin-shaped things. This is a hint as to how to activate the Chica Party minigame, because to activate it, you need to click on 4 muffins found throughout the map of the Five Nights at Freddy's 3. During the third death minigames in this very same hallway on the left again, you will see a number sequence, 395248. These are the numbers you need to punch in to activate Stage 1 Golden Freddy minigame. And on the 4th death minigames, in the very same hallway on the right, you will see a figure of Shadow Bonnie. This is telling you how to activate Shadow Bonnie's minigame by clicking on the Shadow Bonnie plushie that can be found on the desk during night 5. So that's pretty neat, very subtle, but very important in letting you know of how to activate the next minigame. So it's a pretty cool collective group of minigame hints slash Easter eggs that we have here. For the next Easter egg, in the uppermost left room of the death minigames, you can go into the room with all the spare animatronic parts, but on the rightmost table there is a skull, a human skull. As I mentioned before, Scott's Easter eggs always have purpose and meaning, so let me know, whose skull do you think this is? What is that skull doing there in the room with the spare animatronic parts? For the next one, inside the office, a Freddy suit can appear randomly to the very left of the screen. It's very dark and hard to see. This has been rumored to be a Golden Freddy, but once I lightened up the picture, you can see the Freddy there a lot more clearly, but as you will notice, I think that this is a purple Freddy and not a Golden Freddy. White and gold or black or blue? You let me know. For this next Easter egg, the poster of Freddy above the toy box inside the office. If you click on the nose of this particular Freddy on this particular poster, it will honk. The nose will honk. It'll make a honking noise. The noise of the nose. Doesn't really serve any purpose, but it is nice to see this back in the game. Next up, we have the paper plate animatronics. Very rarely you will see a paper plate Bonnie appear standing up above the toy box. And ever so rarely that I couldn't encounter it nor even find an image of it, apparently above the desk, a paper plate version of Freddy, as you can see on the right of the screen, will pop up above the desk. But like I said, I haven't encountered it and I haven't found a picture of it, but it is rumored and apparently it does happen. Let me know if you have encountered or seen the paper plate Freddy. And And next up, directly to the right of the drink on your desk, a cupcake can sometimes appear. This cupcake has little teeth and a little candle on top of it. Similar cupcakes have been found in previous Five Nights at Freddy's games. I'm not actually sure if one with 2 teeth or teeth like this one has been seen in any of the games before. So please, feel free to correct me. Next up, we have the Mangle encounter. Now, it was rumored that Mangle didn't make any appearances in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, but ever so rarely and randomly, when looking at a camera, you can see Mangle very faintly on the screen. And as soon as you put down the camera and go back to the office, this will happen. And as I'm sure you've noticed, it makes the same noise as a microphone being hit by the wind created by the flight of the behemoth as it soars through the mists of tormented souls. Wouldn't you say that that's a pretty accurate description of that noise? For the next Easter egg, we have the marionette mask, which can be seen on camera 8 to the very right of the screen, right in the middle. It's a little bit hidden by the map on screen, but you can see the eyes of it and the tear running down it, just like the marionette mask has. It's very hard to see and I'm sure goes very unnoticed, but it is there. Next up, we have the very rare but very interesting Golden Bonnie poster. This can be seen on camera 10, and usually when you go here, there is a purple Freddy poster, I do believe, but like I said, very rarely it can be a Golden Bonnie poster, as you can see on screen. Also very rarely on camera, I don't know, can be seen another Golden Bonnie poster. Now, I'm not going to tell you why he has one eye in this poster, and the reason for that is that I don't know. So if you do know, please let me know and let everyone else know in the comments. While we're on the topic of all things golden, again, very rarely can be seen a faint outline of Golden Freddy on any of the cameras. If you can see through the static right above the play audio button, there is a face of Golden Freddy. Very interesting and spooky, actually. For the next Easter egg, we have the cupcake poster. As you'll see on the left of the screen, there is a poster of a cupcake. This appears quite rarely, but even more rarely, you will see the same poster, but it will be a golden cupcake. Very, very rare, and you're very lucky if you see the golden cupcake poster. For the next Easter egg, we have the map/logo Easter egg. Now, if you take the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 map and turn it upside down, you get this, which looks suspiciously like this, which is a logo that Scott uses for himself as a gaming developer. Next up, in one of the promotion pictures for Five Nights at Freddy's 3, there was the toy box, which can be seen in the office with a spotlight on it. But using photo alteration programs, you can change the balance of the photo, the lightness, the darkness, the contrast, but eventually you'll get it so you can see Springtrap to the right of the spotlight. Scott actually put out a lot of promo pictures like this with little hidden things in it. Very creepy. While we're on the subject of hidden Springtrap, once completing Night 5, you can be presented with this newspaper clipping here, which has a little toy version of Freddy, a nice and cute little Freddy. But again, using photo alteration programs, Adobe Bridge, mess around with the contrast and brightness, and eventually we will see Springtrap behind the little scared toy of Freddy. Let me know what you think about this one, because you can only see this newspaper after you finish Night 5. So is the fact that Springtrap is there, does that mean that there's going to be another game? Five Nights at Freddy's 4? Let me know what you think, because I don't know what I think. For the next Easter egg, we have the rare loading screens. There are actually 3 different rare loading screens you can get, and they are all of Springtrap and quite disturbing. Once you finish Night 5, you will know that Springtrap is actually Purple Man, who was pushed into the Springtrap animatronic suit, and the spring mechanisms triggered, and Purple Man is now trapped inside the Springtrap suit. And as you can see here, there's some very disturbing images of the Springtrap suit, but behind it you can see the jaw of a skull with human teeth, blood and arteries, and all kinds of delicious things like that. For the second picture, he starts pulling the top of the animatronic suit off, and as you can see there is again the skull. You can see the nose socket on the skull, the eye sockets, blood and tendons ripping and tearing. And finally there, where the animatronic head is basically all the way off, you can see the creepy eyes. I don't know if they're human eyes or animatronic eyes, but there's a lot of blood and tendons, veins, arteries, bits and pieces, a ghostly cauldron of man and machine, the mix of metal and meat, bone and bionics, Purple Man, and Springtrap. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty disturbing artwork, but if you speed it up, you'll get an animation something like this. When I say something like this, I mean this. This is what you get. So that's pretty cool, but pretty creepy. Now for the penultimate Easter egg, we have the happy ending. just the happy ending. This whole Easter egg is the happy ending. Every component of the process to get the happy ending is all Easter egg stuff. If you're not familiar with the happy ending or how to get it, you can click the link on screen or you can click the link in the description. So if you're familiar with the happy ending and how to get it, or if you've just watched that video, you will know that the process to get the happy ending is so complex and specific that just the whole happy ending, the full stop, is an Easter egg. Now before we go into the last Easter egg, I want you to take notice of the image on screen now. So, you agree with me that there's 4 animatronic heads there. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 heads there. So with that said, and with us agreeing on that there's 4 heads there, let's go on to the last Easter egg. Now you've probably already noticed what I'm gonna mention here, but this is the bad ending, the normal ending, the non-Easter egg ending, but the Easter egg lies in this exiting picture. As you can see, the lights are still on, the suits are still haunted, but you will notice between Chica's head and Freddy's head, there is another animatronic head. There's a 5th animatronic head in between Chica and Freddy. What is that head? No one's confirmed what it is yet. I honestly don't know whose head that is. I suppose the waging war of theories for this 5th head is going to go on for eons. But let me know your theories in the comments. What does the head mean? Does it confirm anything? Let me know in the comments because I want to know. I want to read all of the theories. Speaking of 5 heads, a Hydra just rocked up outside my front door. I need to deal with it in the appropriate Greek mythology manner. So I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And like I said, let me know all of your Easter egg theories in the comments because I'm really interested in reading them. As I mentioned at the start of the video, this is the last Five Nights at Freddy's 3 video that I'm going to be doing. So I do hope you enjoyed it. There are others if you're interested in it. And of course, there are other excellent YouTubers who do Five Nights at Freddy's 3 content. And with that said, I would like to thank you very much for watching. Peace out. See you later.